You hopping on?
All right, Shalom.
Shalom. Can you hear me?
Yeah, Kyle, I can hear you good. I'm just waiting for this other brother Tazi Thon to jump in real quick. I'll send it to you.
On Instagram?
Yeah, I sent it to you on Instagram. Huh? Lie. You on your way to the crib?
No, I'm just sitting in the car. I got my kids in there and they cousins in there, so it's kind of loud. And my dog, so it's kind of loud.
Oh
So
yeah, con.
I'm just sitting in the whip. Yeah, but like I said, I'm gonna make it to a two-part. You feel me?
Yeah.
I'm trying to reel them in. So the part one basically gonna be are we allowed to judge? You know what I'm saying? And the difference between unrighteous and righteous. And then when you get into that, it leads to who the saints is. The saints that's
Mm-hmm.
gonna be judging. So
Yeah, con.
that's gonna be part two. Who the saints are.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's gonna be mighty. That's gonna be mighty. Let me share this video real quick on
Huh? You
a
good?
couple of these platforms, man. Let me share this video real quick. I'm gonna send you the link to share it too. That way you can share it with whoever you need to share it with. It's the link to share it. Just copy and paste it. I'm about to share it into the K.O.Y channel.
Got it.
Yeah, then we go ahead and get started. Let me just send it out real quick. A couple of these brothers.
You hear me?
You're not in, Knock. Let me add you to the stage. Salaki. Say something. See if the brother Alizar can hear you.
Shalom life.
Shalom.
You can hear that brother clear?
Yep.
Con.
You know what? I just switched the app.
I don't say because we sharing the mic on with the mic I got.
Okay,
Okay,
yeah,
con.
yeah.
Oh, you dropped out? Let me remove this from my name. I got you in there. Yeah, I'm live right now. Yeah, we live. Okay, Con, give me 1 second. I'll tell them right now. Are you about to get them? Okay. All right, go downstairs, son. All right, yeah, we about to get started right now, man. Go ahead and I'll just send out a couple sent it out to a couple brothers, man. Go ahead and salute in and we'll all get saluted in and get started, man. I'll let you go ahead and take the lead and start off.
Go ahead. Say that again. I didn't even hear you. My phone had dropped out. My bad.
Nah, you good. I was just saying we gonna go ahead and have we all gonna salute in, and then we gonna get started and jump into the lesson.
All right. I want to give all praise to the Most High Yah, Bashim Yahweh Shah. Yeah. Matthew 7:71. All right. So, y'all good? Y'all ready?
Oh yeah. So yeah, like you said, man. First and foremost, we want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, and name His only begotten Son, Yahweh Shai, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. You know, brothers get on here like we tell y'all every time we jump on, man. We come out on here for y'all. We come on here to edify the nation, right? And and to those who is new to the truth, those who've been in the truth, and and those who are just seeking out the truth, man, right? To sharpen your swords up, man, to get a better understanding on the scriptures, better understanding on certain things that's pushed in Christianity, right? And we just say Christianity, but it's throughout most major religions, right? Christianity, Catholicism, all these different religions, they push a certain doctrine and certain try to make certain things taboo or where you can't do it. So we got to come on here to clear the air, and really and edify y'all, man. But yeah, so I'm Lieutenant Nathaniel. I'm with the K.O.Y Dallas. Right, that was my brother Alazar with the K.O.Y Arizona. This brother's gonna take the lead today. He's gonna be bringing out this lesson for y'all today, man. Hey, Tazi, thought salute in real quick, so we can get started.
Kahala Yahweh Bashim Yahweh. Sorry, my echo?
Nah.
Okay, it's not okay. Yeah. Kahala Yahweh Bashim Yahweh. Sorry, man. Since I thought you told you from K.Y. Alex. Yeah, Kahala. Yes. Sorry.
So go ahead, Alazar. You can touch on them, let them give them an idea what the lesson will be on, and we'll jump into these precepts and get started. I'm gonna pull up the Blue Letter Bible on the screen.
So, I want to touch on are we allowed to judge or not judge? Because when you out here talking to people and try to warn them, you know what I'm saying, they quick to say, "Oh, you can't judge me. Who are you to judge?" You know what I'm saying? Only Yah could judge me. Whatnot, whatnot. You know what I'm saying? So, I feel like that's a big touch bases on. Um,
Exactly.
I look at because they gotta understand too. It's a difference between righteous and unrighteous judgment. You know what I'm saying? Um, and to me, that's like when we do that, that's like a warning. We do that out of love, not hate. So that's what I want to touch on.
Uh-huh.
So,
And real quick, man, let me just share this real fast, man. Uh, like you said, a lot of brothers be like, only God could judge me, right? Let's present the screen real fast. I'm gonna share the screen. But you can't find that anywhere in the Bible. Only God could judge me, right? That came from these rap artists, man. Right? Tupac released a song, right? Only God can judge me. All eyes on his All Eyes on Me album, man. Only God could judge me. That's the saying Tupac came up with, man. You're not gonna find that nowhere in the scriptures. Nowhere in the scriptures you see only God can judge me, right? You're not gonna see it in Paul's writings. You're not gonna see it in the Torah. You're not gonna see it in the Tanakh. You're not gonna see it in the Gospels. Nowhere, man. Right? And it took kind of like that YOLO saying, "You only live once," man. Right? Somebody came out with that. It started going viral through the rap industry, and it started going crazy throughout the world to where everybody started using that. YOLO, you only live once. YOLO, YOLO. But again, this is another thing you can't find in the Bible. People just be talking.
huh, exactly. And before I start, I want to say another thing. So it's gonna be like a part one, part two, because the part one's gonna be showing the unrighteous and the righteous judgment, and it's gonna lead into something else, and y'all gonna know what that is when we get towards the end of the video. So but I'm gonna go ahead and I want to start off with Matthew chapter 7, 1 through 5.
Con. Let me share this real quick. Matthew 7. I'll read for you. Unless you want to read this, how's it done?
Oh, go ahead, Ken.
Okay, cool. Right. This is Matthew. Let me know if it's readable on the screen.
Yeah, I can see it.
Okay, cool. Right. This is Matthew 7, chapter 1. It says, Judge Salakia. Right. Judge not that ye be not judged. For with what judgment ye judge, ye shall be judged. And with what measure ye meet, it shall be measured to you again. And why beholdest thou the mote in thy brother's eye, but considerest not the beam that is in thine own eye? Or how wilt thou say to thy brother, let me pull out the mote out of thine eye, and behold, a beam is in thine own eye? Thou hypocrite, first cast out the beam of thine own eye, and then shalt thou see clearly to cast out the mote out of thy brother's eye.
I appreciate that. So we see in verse 3, you know, it's going to get into what we need to do before we could judge somebody, right? And it says, and why beholdest thou the mote that is in thy brother's eye, but consider not the beam that is in thy own eye? So if we see a brother that sinning and whatnot, and we trying to tell him not to sin or whatnot, but we doing the same thing, that, you know what I'm saying, we gotta focus on ourselves before we go out there and tell another brother about his sins. You get what I'm saying? And then and then when you jump down to 4, it says, how would I say to thy brother, let me pull out thy mouth out thy own eye, and behold, a beam is in thy own eye? Once again, how we gonna go out there and say something to a brother, and we doing the same thing? You know,
So like,
that's the unright.
let me get that in another translation. Go ahead. You can keep breaking it down though.
Okay, that's the unrighteous right there. You know what I'm saying? That's like the unrighteous judgment right there. When we trying to tell somebody about their ways, but we doing it the same thing. You know. So then when we jump down to 5, it tells us, thou hypocrite, just cast out the beam of thy own eye. So we gotta get that out our way first. You know what I'm saying? We got to get that out our way first, and then shall thy see clearly. Once we take care of ourselves, we can see clearly to cast out the mote of thy brother's eye. So once we take care of us, we can see clearly to go out there and help our brothers out, and show them where they going wrong at. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Real quick, I'm gonna get that in the GNT. Right. It says, verse 3. Why then do you look at the speck in your brother's eye and pay no attention to the log in your own eye? Hey man, imagine having a big old piece of wood stuck to your face, man. And you trying to tell this brother about a little speck of dirt he got in his eye. Hey, you got a little speck in the corner of your eye. Let me get that for you. Brother, you got 2 big logs in front of your face. How can you see anything that's in my eyes? Right? Then it goes on to say, how dare you say to your brother, please let me take that speck out of your eye when you have a log in your own eye? You hypocrite. First take that log out of your own eye, then you will be able to see clearly to take the speck out of your brother's eye.
Uh,
Right? But that's just going like you were saying, like, hey man, you gotta first clean yourself up, man. You can't try to clean somebody else up when you still stuck in sin, man. How you gonna tell another brother about his sins when you still out here sinning? Right?
exactly.
You gotta clean up your own lifestyle first before you try to tell another brother about his lifestyle, man. Don't be a hypocrite, right? That was the issue with the Pharisees, man. Right? There was hypocrites.
Exactly. Con.
Go
And
ahead,
it.
Keith.
Oh, go ahead, brother. Got something to say?
You have something?
No, go ahead.
No, yes, on you. Go ahead.
All right. So and to back that up, we could go to Luke. What's this? Luke chapter 6, 41 and 42.
Come on, second witness. You want me to read it?
Yeah, con. Can you read it for me?
Luke chapter 6 and 41 say, Why beholdest thou the mote that is in thy brother's eye, but perceivest not the beam that is in thine own eye?
So once again, it's telling us what? Why we not worried about our own sins when we ain't and worried about our brother's sins when we're doing the same thing. It's telling us once again, but preserve is not the beam that is in our own eye. Once again, we got to focus on ourselves first before we can go out there and tell somebody else about their sin. That's the unrighteous judgment right there, and we about to lead into the righteous judgment. You know what I'm saying? So, uh, 42. Can you read 42 for me?
Either how canst thou say to thy brother, Brother, let me pull out the mote that is in thine eye, when thou thyself beholdest not the beam that is in thine own eye? Thou hypocrite, cast out first the beam out of thine own eye, and then shalt thou see clearly to pull the mote that is in thy brother's eye.
Once again, once again, we have to focus on ourselves about our sins and what we got going on before we go out there. Because if we go out there and we go out there and be like, hey, bro, you know what I'm saying? You ain't supposed to be smoking. But then we turn around and go twist a backwood, a Zaza, you know what I'm saying? We a hypocrite, you know what I'm saying? And that's the unrighteous judgment right there. We can't judge somebody when we doing the same unlawful things, you know what I'm saying? That's the unrighteous judgment right there.
And real quick, just to add on to that, right? Because a lot of brothers will still be smoking weed, but they'll be out there and tell other brothers they can't smoke cigarettes. It's the same thing, man. You still inhaling smoke at the end of the day.
Nah. So that right there, them scriptures whatnot is like that lets you know what's unrighteous judgment, and that's what's unrighteous judgment. So now we're gonna get into what righteous judgment is. And when you go to John 7:24, now we're gonna dig into what righteous judgment is.
Hold on, I got a precept to go with this one real quick, guy, before we
All
jump
right,
there.
come on.
You guys know
Yeah, I got one too, brother. Do you feel or do you want to touch back on unrighteous judgment, or do you or
No, go ahead.
okay? I'll let this Malak go first while I grab my preset.
Come on, right? This is Romans chapter 2. And
Oh yeah, I did have okay.
oh, you had this precept already too?
Romans 2:1.
No, I had 2 and 19 to 21.
Oh, okay.
Right?
You go.
It says, and are confident that thou thyself art a guide of the blind, of a light of them which are in darkness. Right? And a lot of brothers are confident that they can lead to be a leader, man. Right? They're confident that they're able to lead brothers to the truth, brothers to the light and out of darkness. Right? Hey, brother, this is what you need to be doing. Right? And the same way you were saying, hey, you trying to pull that beam out of your brother's eye to show him the way, show him the truth. Hey, So are you confident that you yourself are a guide to the blind, right? An instructor of the foolish, a teacher of babes, which has the form of knowledge and the truth in the law. Thou therefore, which teachest another, teachest thou not thyself? Thou that preachest a man should not steal, dost thou steal? Thou that sayest a man should not commit adultery, dost thou commit adultery? Thou that abhorrest idols, dost thou commit sacrilege? Thou that makest thy boast of the law, through breaking the law, dishonorest thou God? Right? So hey, you gotta examine yourself. Hey, if you out here teaching, just how Yahushua said, man. Hey, same way he said, hey, you gotta take the beam out of your own eye before you can take the speck out of your brother's eye. Hey, you who's out here, just Paul saying the same thing, man. You who out here teaching another, do you not also teach yourself? Do you learn these things and go and preach it, but you don't put them into effect, right? You don't practice what you preach, right? Hey, do you teach a man not to steal, but you out here stealing, right? You make a boast of the law, but when you break the law, you dishonoring God, man, right? You dishonoring Yahweh. You had a precept back before we jump
Go
get
ahead
back to
for
Elzar.
Leviticus 19 and 15 for me. Only just going to make sure we touch on the law too, like so specifically. Let's see too what the law says is another form of unrighteous judgment. Let me know when you got that. You ready?
Come. Right, this is the book of Leviticus, chapter 19 and verse 15. Ye shall do no unrighteousness in judgment.
Right now, where judgment is it's to like contend or to pass a verdict. Right. So we'll keep going.
Thou shalt not respect the person of the poor, nor honor the person of the mighty, but in righteousness shalt thou judge thy neighbor.
And that's what righteous judgment in another sense means, right? Is that we're not showing favor, our favoritism, right? A man of high stature, we got a celebrity that wants to that we're around, or we have somebody who's well known in our community, right? And they're off, right? We should judge them the same way
Oh, so
that
lucky.
we
I thought
would
I had
do a
this on the
brother who
screen the
has a
whole
lowly
time.
status, a brother who might be houseless, a brother who might not have everything together, a brother who might not look like he's put together, right? We need to judge everybody on the same status, or it's judging unrighteously. If I had two brothers that did the same, and they transgressed the laws in the same way, and I judge one differently than I would the other based off of their status or based off how much I like them or respect them, that's unrighteous, right? And so our judgments need to be consistent in order for them to be righteous judgment. And with that, I yield.
And I'm just gonna jump right back real quick to just to highlight Romans on the screen because I didn't realize that didn't have the screen up. So for those of y'all that missed it, it was Romans 2 and verse 21, 19 through 21. I'm gonna just get there real quick just so y'all can see it on the screen, and then I'll allow Elzar to get back into grabbing his precept. What precept did you want me to grab, Elzar?
Uh, I'm gonna stay into unrighteous judgment. I forgot two of them, so we're gonna go to Romans 2:1, and then we're gonna bounce down to 2:3.
Con. This is the book of Romans, chapter 2 and verse 1. Therefore thou art inexcusable, O man, whosoever thou art that judgest. For wherein thou judgest another, thou condemnest thyself. For thou that judgest doest the same things.
See right there. If we go out there and judge, and we doing the same thing, we condemning ourselves. We condemning ourselves, And then when you jump down to verse 3.
Verse 3. And thinkest thou this, O man, that judgest them which do such things, and doest the same, that thou shalt escape the judgment of God?
See, if we do that, we gonna have to answer to the Most High. we're gonna have to answer the Most High if we out there judging people and we doing the same thing, and we can't accept that. So now I want to go ahead and jump to John. What's that? John 7:24. Now we're gonna jump into righteous judgment.
This is the book of John, chapter 7, verse 24. Judge not according to the appearance, but judge righteous judgment.
Judge righteous judgment. That's out his mouth. Red writing. Judge righteous judgment. And that go back to what the brother was talking about in Leviticus. You know, he bought us some things when it comes to righteous judgment. You know what I'm saying? And that's where it goes. You know what I'm saying? Judge righteous judgment. We just seen what unrighteous judgment is. So now we about to, like I said, we're gonna get into what righteous judgment is.
Right.
And
hey, real quick, that was a great precept. It's a precept with Leviticus, man, right? Because Leviticus tell you, man, right? You're not supposed to judge based on whether he poor or rich, has a high standing in society, right? So when we judge, I'm not going to see a brother out on the street, and just because he got a lot of money and he's real successful, I'm not going to be like, hey, that brother is righteous, man. The Lord is blessing that brother because he has a multitude of things. That's unrighteous judgment, right? That's showing favor to somebody, right? You being a respecter of persons, right? You showing favor to that brother because of what he has rather than seeing the fruit that he bears, right? But yeah, I yield. That's all I want to say on that.
and you got something to say, brother?
He said you got something to say.
Oh no, I'm good.
Okay. So, you know, like he said, it goes with Leviticus. You know what I'm saying? We have to know that they got to understand between righteous and unrighteous. You know what I'm saying? Yahweh just told us to judge righteous judgment, and then you know what I'm saying. We also got to understand that judgment is a spiritual thing. You know what I'm saying? And when you go to First Corinthians, what's this? 1 Corinthians 2:13-15 is gonna lead to something.
1 Corinthians 2.
Yeah, chapter 2, 13-15.
This is the book of 1 Corinthians, chapter 2, and verse 13. It says, which things also we speak, not in the words which man's wisdom teacheth, but which the Holy Spirit teacheth, comparing spiritual things with spiritual. Did we keep reading?
Yeah.
Okay. But the natural man receiveth not the things of the Spirit of God, for they are foolishness unto him. Neither can he know them, because they are spiritually discerned. But he that is spiritual judgeth all things, yet he himself is judged of no man.
See right there. It's a spiritual thing. This is spiritual. It's a spiritual thing. But the foolishness, they're not gonna understand this. You know what I'm saying? We teach the words of the Most High. It's a spiritual thing. We don't teach the man wisdom. You know what I'm saying, that they teach. And a lot of people love that man wisdom, because when you first of all, people don't like being judged. You know what I'm saying? They don't like being judged. But like he said, the natural man receiveth not the things of the spirit. So we know when they don't receive these things that they don't have the spirit. This is like judging is a spiritual thing. So
That's I go into uh the darkness hates the light, man.
Yeah, that
Right?
precept you said, yep.
Yeah, we out here speaking spiritual things, but those who still stuck in carnal and worldly things, they're not gonna want to hear it, and they're not gonna comprehend it. Right? They're not go and they go make excuses. That's one of them excuses is, hey, everybody got their sin. Everybody got something that they fold to, right? But it say he that is spiritual judgeth all things, right? So, hey, man, even the same people who be saying, "Hey, you can't judge me, man." Hey, we all do something. Everybody sin. Only God could judge me. Them same people will be the same people out there judging, man. Right? When
Uh,
you go to leave your kids at a daycare, you have to go and inspect it and judge whether it's worthy of your kids being left there. You judge the people, the employees working there, based on their appearance and how they speak and how they act, whether you want to allow your kids to be left in their care, man. Right? When you go out to eat, you judge these places on whether they're up to the standard of your liking for you to eat there. Man. If you see a brother homeless on the street, you already judging him just based on his appearance. This brother's dirty. He about to ask me for some money. You already judging that brother ahead of time, man.
Appreciate it.
Right? Go ahead. You got a precept out?
Yeah, my brother was going on with it, man. He was saying that there's a clear separation, right? Because the spiritual judges all things, and it in itself is spiritual. Judgment is spiritual, and so those that live in a carnal lifestyle, right, they're not going to understand. And that goes into Proverbs 28:5. It says, "Evil men understand not judgment, but they that seek the Lord, they that seek Yahweh, understand all things." Right? The evil don't understand the judgment. That's why they don't want to hear it. That's why they make excuses for their sins, right? Even when correction is love, and we understand that, right? They don't see it that way, so they don't want to hear anything. But if you those that seek Yahweh, right, that seek Him, truly seek Him, understand all things. That's a spiritual aspect of it.
Right. What was your precept you had, Aki? You
so
said you
me,
had.
That was a preset Proverbs.
Oh,
20.
okay. I thought you wanted me to bring it up.
You
Salaki.
can if you want, so the people can see it.
Yeah. What was it?
Proverbs 28:5.
Right. Proverbs 28:5. It say, "Sheesh, that's a good one right there."
man,
Evil men understand not judgment, but they that seek Yahweh understand all things. Man,
That goes into what my brother was saying, right? With the separation between what's carnal and what's spiritual.
right? Hey, and again, like he said, evil men don't understand judgment, right? They don't understand. They don't understand that you post to judge all things, but outside of that, they don't even understand judgment that takes place every day, right? Oh man, why my my man, my boy just got shot down, man. Why it had to be him, man? That brother was wicked as hell, man. Why you else you think it happened to him? Right? Hey, come on, man. Hey, the Lord judged him in that moment, man. That was judgment of the Lord, but you don't understand that, right? Because you evil yourself. But if you seek the Lord, you understand everything. You understand judgment. You understand how the Lord's judgment works. You understand all things, man. Right? And again, that's the same thing, right? Uh, that precept you just brought out, Elazar, he who is spiritual judgeth all things. But what does it mean to be spiritual, man? All right, let me get one precept and I'll let you get right back to it. All right.
good.
So, this is Romans chapter 7 and verse 14. It says, "For we know that the law is spiritual, but I am carnal, sold under sin." So if the law is spiritual, and it says he that is spiritual judgeth all things, that means you got to be walking in the laws of God to be spiritual, right? So a lot of these brothers and sisters who claim to be spiritual, yet they don't keep the laws of God, they're in sin every day, they not truly spiritual. And this is why they don't understand they should be judging all things. But this is why they think they can't be judged by anybody but God, right?
And just to pick up where you said they think they can't be judged by nobody but God, right? But
Mm-hmm.
let's see if God gave us judges. So
Uh-huh.
if you go to Deuteronomy 16:18, can you pull that up for me up?
Come on, I got you. Oh, I forgot to put the
And and,
chapter in.
and, and I want to know, do you also can you pull up the you got the Webster dictionary?
I could pull it up.
Yeah, because I want you to pull up this word just. So when we get done reading this,
What you wanted, 16 and what, 18?
yeah, 16 to 18. Appreciate it.
Come on. Come on. This is Deuteronomy chapter 16 and verse 18. Judges and officers shalt thou make thee in all thy gates, which Yahweh thy God giveth thee
Hold
throughout
on, hold
thy
on,
tribe.
hold on, hold on. You said which who gave it thee?
Yahweh thy power giveth thee.
Oh, okay. Go ahead.
Come throughout thy tribes, and they shall judge the people with just judgment.
And they shall judge the people with just judgment. So that's why I asked you, do you can you pull up can you pull up the word just? So he let us know they shall judge the people with just judgment. Now we're gonna see what just mean.
Hold on, I'm gonna go one better. Right? We're going right into the blue letter. Let's get it right here. That's why I put up the blue letter, man. We could get it right here. We even got to jump to the white man's book to see. Right, just.
Strong's H6664.
Yep.
Tzedek. Tzedek.
Right. It says what justice, righteousness, rightness. What is right or just or normal? Rightness, justness of weights and measures. Right. Hey, what does that mean? That means balance. Right. You're not about to. Again, if it's outweighing on one side, that means you're showing favor to one. Right. Let's get into it, man. Equity. Right. Moral, natural, moral, or legal. That
Or
which is altogether just, right.
so if we out here judging right, we supposed to be. He says he gave us judges to judge the people with just judgment,
Mm-hmm.
righteous judgment, legal law, righteous judgment, not unrighteous. You know what I'm saying? So if we out here judging our people with just judgment, the righteous judgment, there's no problem. There's no problem. But we going out here judging people and we doing the same thing. That's the unrighteous judgment. That's where we condemn ourselves. That's where we
I'm gonna
mess up.
I'm gonna get in the dictionary for you too. Just, based on or behaving according to what is morally right and fair. That's what it means to be just, man.
So we judging fair judgment, we ain't in the wrong.
Mm-hmm.
That y'all ain't got that, y'all ain't spiritual, y'all ain't got that, y'all got that evil spirit in you that's denying you and keeping you back from hearing what we saying and you taking it the wrong way. Judgment is another sign of love, a sign of warning. You know what I'm saying?
Con.
So like I said, you know what I'm saying? He just said righteous judgment. You know what I'm saying? He gave people the most high gave us people that's gonna judge the people with just judgment. So,
Con.
like I said, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna break this into two parts because now we just found out the difference between unrighteous and righteous judgment. You know what I'm saying? But I was digging deeper, but I'm gonna cut it into two. So I'm gonna leave off with this.
Hold
First,
on,
before
hold
you
on.
go,
I got a couple more precepts before you just
oh,
leave
you good?
off.
No, you
It's
good.
still more to just. Actually, I'm gonna go in right into the next verse on this because this is good too. It says, "Thou shalt not wrest judgment. Thou shalt not respect persons, neither take a gift. Gift doth blind the eyes of the wise, and pervert the words of the righteous." What that mean, man? What's a gift, right? Hey, don't take a bribe, man.
Yeah, we're not gonna be like this filthy country right now.
Right? Exactly, man. Right? Hey, brother, be like, oh, hey, I got $50. You know, just hey, tell this brother, what woody what? Okay, bet, give me the 50. No, man. Right? We not moving in that spirit, man. We not about to
Did it freeze? Y'all hear me? Yep. He lost signal.
Can you hear me, Malak?
I hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah. One sec. Let me turn on my volume. All right. Yeah, he can hear me.
Yeah, I can
Yeah.
hear you.
We just having some technical issues. A brother dropped off his connection. So
Oh, we good. We good.
you want to just what you want to do? You want to jump on with your phone, or you just want to jump on with this?
I'm about to jump back in right now.
Okay, God, he jumping back in.
All right.
I don't know why it dropped me off. All right, let's see. Share screen.
All right, go ahead and bring that up. Right?
Actually, it's First Timothy, Salakia. Timothy. Right. First Timothy 5:20. It says, "Them that sin rebuke before all, that others also may fear." Hey, man. But I thought we not supposed to judge, man. I thought, hey, no, let them brothers sit. Hey, everybody got their sin, man. Hey, and this be the main brother who they take his words out of context, man. Not having an understanding of what Paul is talking about. But right here, Paul is telling you, hey, to those saints, hey, to them brothers who out there sinning, rebuke them before everybody. So others can fear, right? So everybody else can be afraid, man. Call them out on their sins, man. Don't just let them go and sin. What that mean? That means, hey, call them out when they're breaking the laws of God. Because sin is the breaking of the laws of God. And it killed me too, man, because the same people who say that will tell you to repent. What am I repenting from if you telling me I no longer have to follow these laws? What am I repenting from? You tell me repent from sin. Well, sin is the breaking of the laws. And you're telling me we don't have to keep the laws. So you contradicting yourself, man. Right? Hey, them that sin rebuke before all. That sounds like judgment right there, man. Sound like judgment to me. Hey, judge them, brothers. If you see them sinning, rebuke them, brothers, man.
And that's real. That's real.
Uh,
That's, you got a precept for that? Because I want you to pull us something to back up what you just read. And this is why we
nah,
do. And this is why we do what we do. You know what I'm saying? Ezekiel 3:18.
actually, I did have a precept for that.
Oh,
Leviticus 19:17.
go ahead. Go ahead.
Thou shalt not hate thy brother in thy heart, but thou shalt in any wise rebuke thy neighbor and not suffer sin upon him. That's exactly what Paul is saying, man.
Come on, man.
Right. What you wanted out? 3:18? 3:17?
Yeah, 3:18. Yeah.
Come. It's Ezekiel chapter 3 and verse 18. When I say unto the wicked, thou shalt surely die, and thou givest him not warning, nor speakest to warn the wicked from his wicked way to save his life, the same wicked man will die in his iniquity, but his blood will I require at thine hand.
So that right there, we got to come out there and warn y'all of y'all wickedness. You know what I'm saying? We got to try to save y'all from your wicked ways. Because if not, that blood is on our hands, and we don't want that blood on our. I know I don't want that blood on my hands.
Come on. You got anything to touch on for this brother close it
go
up?
ahead. Go ahead. Do your thing, King.
So like I said, now we just understood what unrighteous judgment is and what righteous judgment is. He gave people, you know what I'm saying? He gave people to judge the people with just judgment, with righteous judgment, you know. And we understand that some people ain't gonna take it because they not ways. They don't want to hear it. They gonna keep doing what they do. We can't judge them. Only the Most High can judge them, right? But we just proved that we can't judge righteous judgment. So
Mm-hmm.
like I was saying, so with this lesson right here, it ended up leading me to something else. So that's why I said this is gonna be part one, then I'll do the part two. But the part two, it leads to
Hey, you breaking up?
watch this.
You heard me?
Oh, because Cap was calling me. But
Oh, okay, go ahead.
no, what I was saying is, you know what I'm saying, I was breaking it into two because the first part was unrighteous judgment and righteous judgment. And then it's a second part to it, and it leads to who's gonna judge the earth, who judges angels, you know what I'm saying? So if we go to 1 Corinthians chapter 6, 1 through 5,
Mm-hmm.
and this is what's gonna lead to the second part. But I just want to read this real quick.
Let me get there real quick. I'll put it on the screen.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was talking about.
Yeah, I wanted to close out with that precept. That was a good precept to close out with. This is the book of 1 Corinthians, chapter 6, verse 1. Dare any of you, having a matter against another, go to law before the unjust? and not before the saints?
Who the
Do
saints?
ye
Who, like before the saints? Who are the saints? See, this was gonna lead to part 2. Part 2, we're gonna find out who the saints is. But go ahead.
but real quick, hey, he asking, man, hey, any of you, if y'all got an issue and you got to take it to court, are you going to go before somebody you know who is wicked? And I know this judge, man, he take bribes. He always, hey, anytime it's a black or brown man to go to court, he always give him the hardest sentence. Hey, man, hey, this brother is not just. Are you going to dare take it before a person like that before you go to the saints? I know this judge is righteous in his judgment, but you know I'm gonna go to the unrighteous one. No, man, you're gonna go to the one who's righteous in his judgment. Right, verse 2. Do ye not know that the saints shall judge the world? And if the world, Salaki, go ahead.
The saints shall judge the world. Once again, this is part 2. We're gonna find out who the saints, but we just found out the saints shall judge the world. Go ahead.
And if the world shall be judged by you, are ye unworthy to judge the smallest matters?
So if we are supposed to judge the world, are we unworthy to judge the smallest matters, the little things?
Know ye not that we shall judge angels? How much more things that pertain to this life? If then ye have judgments of things pertaining to this life, set them to judge who are least esteemed in the church.
Keep going.
I'll speak to your shame. Is it so that there is not a wise man among you? No, not one that shall be able to judge between his brethren?
So he's letting us know, is there not one wise man that could judge between the brethren? You know what I'm saying? Little things between our brothers. We could judge, once again, that go back to righteous judgments. We could judge between our brethren. You know what I'm saying? And let also that, do you not know that we shall judge angels? You know, judge who are least esteemed in the church. See, this is letting you know that we are allowed to judge. You know what I'm saying? We are allowed to judge. We're gonna judge greater things than these little matters on the earth. So we could judge those. Why you think we ain't able to judge the little matters that's on the earth? And like I said, it says, do you know that the saints shall judge the world? So that's part 2. We're gonna find out who the saints are.
And real quick, just to give a hint, man. It says, and if the world shall be judged by you. So who was Paul speaking to, man? Right? Hey, but he says the saints are going to judge the world, man.
But no, I thought God could only judge me.
Right?
You know, so
only God can judge me, all right?
You know, and it's like at the end of the day, I look at judging. You know what I'm saying? It's a sign of warning. It's a sign of love. You know what I'm saying? And if you don't see it like that, it's just you got that evil spirit in you. You know what I'm saying? That's why he was talking about the spiritual. You know what I'm saying? The natural man won't take because it's just, you know what I'm saying? But we're doing our job. At the end of the day, like Ezekiel 3:18 said, at the end of the day, I'm gonna do my job because I don't want your blood on my hands. At the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? And like I said, it's a sign of love. You know, so.
Yeah, that was a mighty lesson, Doc. Mighty lesson.
I appreciate y'all brothers being on to clarify some things deeper. You know what I'm saying? Because I just like getting to it, but I appreciate y'all because y'all you know what I'm saying, y'all dug in, bought some other great precepts. You know what I'm saying, and broke it down a little more, edified it a little more, and I appreciate y'all for that, brother.
Yeah, it's all love, man. That's what we here for. Hey, right? That's why the scriptures Ecclesiastes 4:9, man, 2 are better than 1. Right. And that's why some of us, hey, like you said, some brothers got some precepts that you might have never thought of, man.
Exactly,
like that. Help pull the whole lesson together.
Exactly.
Right.
All praise to the Most High. Thanks for extending everybody to be a part of this lesson. And I think it's a much needed lesson, not just with those who are people who haven't woken up to the truth yet, but to all people who are in the truth, right? And have an issue with when it comes to judgment, right? So it's a mighty lesson. I can't wait for part 2.
Hey, your camera froze, Zach.
Who, mine?
Yeah, yours? No, Taz.
Oh, okay.
His screen froze on your screen too?
Yeah.
Yeah, try to turn your camera off and back on real quick.
It's probably good. I know we're about to close.
Yeah, we're about to close anyway. Yeah, but yeah, man, with that being said, man, we're going to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, by Shem Yahushai, right? That's the Most High God, in the name of his only begotten Son, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. Again, we're going to be on here. We on here every week, man, right? Most High willing, we'll be able to get on here every Sunday, too. Usually we're going to be on here every Shabbat. Try to bring at least like 2 lessons a week. For y'all brothers and sisters out there who actually want the understanding, want to get edified, and we do it for y'all, man. Right? Again, that goes in that Ecclesiasticus. I think it's 37, right? Consider not that I labor for myself only, but for all those who seek learning, right? And so that's what we do it for, man. We do it for all our brothers and sisters who seek learning. We don't do it so we can boast that we're smarter than y'all, or so we can boast that, hey man, we eat you up in a debate, right? Although we can eat you up in a debate, but yeah, man, hey, we do it so for all our brothers and sisters who really want to learn, man, right? And all praises to the Most High, man, that He allowed us to be the ones to get the understanding, to get the wisdom, to be able to share it with our brothers and sisters.
Wow.
Right. All praises to the Most High, Yahweh, by Shem, through His Son, who was Christ, Jesus Christ. Yahweh by Shem, Yahweh Shai. Amen. K.O.Y.
All praise to the Most High, Yahweh Shem, Yahweh Shah.
We could chop it up real quick.